Welcome to Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 1 on multinational and their roles. The topics to be covered in this session are the role of MNC, foreign direct investment, stages of evolution, advertising, supplying products to foreign buyers. Now, according to International Economics and Multinational Corporations, Carl A. Gerstacker, the chairman of Dow Chemical Company, says, once actually wrote in his book that I have long dreamed of buying an island owned by no nation and of establishing the world headquarters of the Dow Company on the truly neutral ground of such an island, beholden to no nation or society. So what is the nature of MNC that we understand from this kind of a quotation? Multinational corporations, which are very popularly also known as MNCs, are economic organizations engaged in productive activities in 2 or more countries. एक या एक से ज़्यादा कंट्रीज में जो भी कंपनीज अपनी एक्टिविटीज़ को स्प्रेड करके रखती हैं उनको मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज कहते हैं. टिपिकली हैव हेडक्वार्टर्स इन द कंट्री ऑफ द ओरिजिन, और जहाँ पर स्टार्ट हुई है कंपनी वहीं पर ही उस कंपनी के हेडक्वार्टर्स होते हैं. एमएनसी बिल्ड और एक्वायर अफिलिएट्स और सब्सिडरीज इन अदर कंट्रीज. बहुत सारी और कंट्रीज में इनके या होस्ट नेशंस में इनकी सब्सिडरीज भी होती हैं. This kind of expansion is referred to as foreign direct investment. और इस तरह के expansion को कहते हैं foreign direct investment. अब what is an MNC? Let's look at the definition of an MNC. MNC is a corporation that owns and operates production facilities in 2 or more countries. A corporation with power to coordinate and control operations in 2 or more countries without owning them. What is an MNC? MNCs can develop through mergers and acquisitions. Example, Tata Steel and Chorus. That is, of course, 3.2 billion pounds acquisition. Or they can evolve through strategic alliances. That is TPCA. Scale of international production could be, in 2003, MNCs number 64,000 parent firms controlling 8,70,000 foreign affiliates. MNCs employed 53 million people abroad. Sales of foreign affiliates, that is of course more than 18 trillion pounds in 2002, are 2 times global exports. Global sales of MNCs in 2002 reached $18 trillion compared with world exports of $8 trillion. Now when we talk about FDI proliferation, which region in the world has consistently experienced the highest inflow of FDI in the last decade? Of which region has recently experienced the highest growth of inflow of FDI? That is spatial fragmentation. That comes from the trade's consequences with horizontal MNCs, vertical MNCs and intra-firm trade. So when we talk about horizontal MNCs, the firms replicate production process at home and abroad, most common between equally developed countries. Vertical MNCs, firms divide production into stages and undertake each stage where it is relatively cheaper, most common between countries at different levels of development. Intra-firm trade could be happening between the same MNC accounts for 1/3 of the total trade. So the internationalization of production looks something like this. The graph of course says the affiliate sales, affiliate assets, affiliate exports and affiliate empowerment or employment. International product life cycle theory involves release, exports, foreign production begins, foreign competition in export market, import competition in home market. So let us first look at, of course, the release. So as competition in industrialized countries tends to be fierce, manufacturers are therefore forced to search constantly for better ways to satisfy their customer needs. The core elements in new product design are gained from customer feedback from previous models. Once a product enters the domestic market and begins to create a positive reputation, the demand increases and hence we come to an end of this first stage of IPLC. Exports is as the product receives positive customer response, the international demand for the product begins. The manufacturer begins exporting to increase its market share. Example, personal computer craze of the early 1980s. In 1980, 55,000 PCs sold in the US. By 1984, the industry experienced a 136-fold increase to 7 million PCs. Richard Butterfly, 1998. Foreign production begins. As demand increases with the new global market, it becomes economically feasible to begin local production in various nations. By sharing technology on manufacturing of the product, the company has lost an advantage. The end of the stage signifies the highest point in the international product life cycle theory. Foreign competition in export markets, threatening stage for the company. Local manufacturers gained experience in producing and selling their product. Their costs have fallen. Once saturated their initial market, they may begin to look elsewhere, that is other nations, to promote their product. If this other nation producer has a competitive advantage, threatening to the initial producer's own domestic market share. So, if the new competitors have competitive advantage or they reach the economies of scale needed, they will enter the original home market. At this stage, the companies will have a quality product which will be able to undersell the original manufacturers. With the future innovations and new products and services, the eventuality is that its value and hence its price are likely to diminish. And fifth is import competition in home market, that is IPLC theory does have its disadvantages. That is, perhaps the most recognizable is the assumption that products are released initially in the domestic markets. Many globalized companies tend to release their new product lines internationally, not domestically. So everybody likes FDI, that is foreign direct investment. There are a lot of national regulatory changes, that is number of countries making changes and number of changes made according to that chart. Sources and distribution of FDI are highly concentrated. FDI inflows by region. Regional shares of FDI flows 2001 was something like this. What influences growth of FDI inflow? That's what we are going to discuss in the next part of this session. That's all we have for now. Thank you. Happy learning with We Learn.